My name is Tracey Friedman. I'm the executive director at the Haven Project. So we're a nonprofit here in Lynn, Mass. We serve 17 to 24-year-olds who are housing unstable, and we serve over 300 youth a year at this point. We began our guaranteed income pilot program in September of 2024, and so it's been over a year now, and it spans through the 18 to 24-year-old population that we work with, and all of those youth are either at risk of homelessness, like imminent risk of homelessness, or are homeless in order to work with us. Through the generosity of the GMA funders group, we launched the Guaranteed Income Program just to kind of explore how like predictable financial support can increase stability, because that is one thing that the youth that we work with need desperately is some source of stability, and just with that kind of looking to measure their well-being over the course of the pilot program while they're rebuilding their lives. Did I answer? Is that good? I didn't answer. So we picked out 28 individuals to be enrolled in the pilot project, and how we reached them was how we selected them. We were at the same time that we were launching this program, or this pilot program, we were building our housing initiative. So many of the youth that we put into this pilot program were youth that were at the time going into those programs or applying to be in those programs. So we were doing it kind of coinciding with that. Each quarter that we've done a survey. So we did a baseline when we first started, and the survey only asked one question about how they are spending the money. We didn't really focus on that. We just wanted to get a sense of, is it food, utilities, what was their biggest expense? But mostly the surveys were asking about their quality of life, and what their mental health was quarter to quarter, and that was incredibly interesting to see. Like in the first few months, we saw that the results said that they were feeling a little bit more calmer and in control. They were able to pay more bills on time, a little bit less worried about food security. Across the first year, we reported a lot of earlier gains, and then by the end of the first year, it kind of plateaued a little bit. But I think we need to look at it from like a broader lens too. So like the cost of groceries at that time was going up significantly. So I think there were some macro factors there that were just out of our control in terms of how that was going to impact our entire population. But I think, and that hits our population specifically hard when there's any kind of food insecurity crisis like we have at the moment. I think that life satisfaction and emotional stability stayed as high as it was when people started, and even increased a little bit, which was really encouraging to see. I think that people's budgets remain tight, and like I said, I think that macro factors are just at play there. There's really, especially with the funding cliffs that we're seeing, unprecedented. So we really couldn't have predicted that when we started this in September of 2024. But I think overall, we've just been able to, like, the thing that I think we're most proud of is like demonstrating that we know that this kind of a predictability matters for them, like the stability of it. More than the amount, it's the predictability and the continuity of it, and having it something that they can count on. And I think that was really the thing that became like the largest learning point for me. Given the chance to do it over, I don't know if we would do it differently. We really, I think the way that it was set up working with you all and having all the touch points that we had, as well as kind of the freedom to do a lot of things was just super helpful in implementing it. You know, and also introducing us to the other funding group, the Wiley Network, because Judy and I met a few times to kind of talk out how we were going to do this at first. And I think that just having the creative freedom to say, and we do that in our everyday work as well. So we have a job training program, and I think that was part of the funding decision for GMA, was that we had a kind of a system in place to look at the hardest hit populations that we have, right? Like the youth who might not have a bank account, might not have documentation, and how do we get them the funds, and we wanted to be able to still include them. So like kind of looking at how holding tax workshops and making sure that we held a few different workshops at the very beginning that were tailored specifically to this population, and saying like, do you have a bank account? If you don't, what can we do to open one? What do you need? And so those were things I think that working out weren't challenges, but just were great learning opportunities for us as a staff and agency, but also for the youth that we serve. Just really amazing for me to see that like emotional and stress indicators dropped for clients over time, and that was even in the face of what has been really a volatile national and local landscape. So I think that to see that everyone was, even if they weren't able to pay their bills completely, because it isn't, I mean, $150 a month is an amount, but it's not going to make it or break it in terms of affordability in this area. Nothing is going to solve that on this type of level, unfortunately, and we know that. But I just think that the continuity and the stability of like knowing that it's going to be there was a peace of mind for them, and it showed through what they were saying. I think that we are looking to continue it, and I know that I don't know what you all are looking to do with funding, but we have other funders that we've applied to, just because we would love to continue it, not just for the youth that we have in it at the moment, but other young people who have come to us in the past year and some change that we know could greatly benefit from it. So I think that's next. I think that it's a pilot program, but I think it works, and we're excited to implement it as something that could continue.